All right, well, welcome. I'm sitting here with one of my favorite people, Ed D'Agostino, the Vice President and General Manager of DECIX North America. So I get the pleasure of interviewing you on the fifth year anniversary of DECIX North America. And yeah, so now that you've been operational for 5 years, as you look back, what accomplishments are you most proud of?
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been a very interesting 5 years, and there's people who started to say we couldn't do it, right?
Hmm.
You're going to fail. It's not going to work. But I think the thing that the criticism that I heard the most was that we were fracturing the market. We were hurting the New York market. So the sweet end to that is what we've been able to do in New York, not just to grow to over 200 networks, the first exchange
Hmm.
ever to get anywhere near that. In fact, I don't think anybody had hit 150 before, right? But the sweet part of this is that all the three major competitors we had in that time, the network count on all those went up. In other words, this wasn't the zero sum group that we were kind of accused of further fracturing, but it was the fact that we came into the market that increased the whole market, and
Hmm.
and the fact that despite our great success, that the peering community, even without us part of it, is larger. Even our plus 200 is larger than it was prior to the time we went in. So we very much benefited the market. And to have put that early criticism to bed in such a great way, for me, has been a real nice benefit. It's been
Oh,
really
I
sweet.
bet. I bet. And why do you think it took DKIX launching in the market to help drive the awareness and attention of peering and to get new type of networks onto the platform?
Well, I think a couple of things happened. First off, in order to really be successful, the neutrality helps so much. It allowed us to develop partners and to go into data centers throughout the market without having being competitive with the services they offer. In fact, we were very much a welcome partner. And even in places that had peering, there we were the second exchange.
Hmm.
If you want diversity, if you want redundancy, by coming into a data center where only one exchange existed, they could come to us. So we certainly our neutrality played a big part of it. But I also think our overall business plan, right? So as a for-profit company, owned by a nonprofit, right? But as a for-profit company, we had an incentive to try to grow the market. We
Hmm.
we spent time, we spent money, we market, we travel, we make the effort to
Yep.
try to grow the community. And so I think not only our neutrality, but our for-profit, our success-based focus is certainly helped. And finally, we focused on New York. We came into just New York. I was hired when we were just New York. We were very focused on the single market in North America and to make that a success. So I think all those factors played into why we've done so well in New York.
Yeah, not you're probably right for sure. But there's also an increased awareness of and increased network of companies peering now. What are the key benefits for companies to peer? Why should they consider that as an option for their network?
Right. So, I mean, there's all sorts of networks, right? There's enterprise networks. There are content networks. There are inbound networks. And each one can derive, different types of benefits. I mean, one of the easiest, of course, is an inbound network that has then peers with a content network, right? So not only is that inbound network see lower latency, see diversity, right? See general improvement, but that they see performance that is at or better than a tier one. So you're kind of a small regional network. All of a sudden, you're outperforming a tier one and lowering your costs,
Yeah.
right? To that, and so there's been I think to me that's one of the simplest of benefits. Clearly, the content networks get better
Hmm.
performance to the end
Hmm.
user, right? There's even enterprise networks we've seen as a somewhat of a replacement for cloud access, right? So we provide layer two low latency, one hop, SLA back connections to these cloud networks.
Hmm.
You get that with peering. That's standard peering. Well, that's often what they want in cloud access. There can be different
Hmm.
business terms in the other, but a lot of what they may wish for in with cloud access, they get. It's again diversity from transit. So they have a number of benefits. So it's very it works to the individual network. I mean the benefits are, but there's benefits all around depending on the type of network.
So getting back to your fifth year celebration here, what else are you looking forward to accomplishing with DCIX?
Well, we're over 200 networks. We passed that threshold end of last year. I think clearly the easy answer is 300. 300 is the big mark, right? There's I think only one 300 network exchange in the U.S. So we want to be the second one. So that's clearly what we'd love to see.
Yep.
But beyond that, we're looking to serve even greater part of the market. We're continuing to expand both inside the same market. We're looking at new switch locations. We look at new partners. We look at new resellers. And we've also, of course, as we've added DECIX Dallas, right, we have started up another exchange. So, and then finally, we're adding more services, right? So recently, for example, we launched our paid peering service to Comcast. As far as I know, that was never offered by anyone. It's a unique way. And again, yes, could you peer with Comcast previously? Yeah, if you would be in the data center where they are in order to cross-connect to them and have a separate contract. But look, now anyone in any of the data centers we have who take a port with us can connect to Comcast with on a paid basis, right? But very easily, no additional cross connect, no contract, success-based sides of the point. You make a commitment only of what you need. So I mean that's an example of a new service that didn't exist in the market. Clearly, we want to continue to add services. We've added our Globe Peer Remote, such that people can connect to us in New York and peer in Frankfurt and beyond. We're going to connect Dallas, and the same will be true between Dallas and on. So we'll continue to add new services, new access points, and new partners. So we're trying to expand in a variety of ways.
So trying to innovate, create new interconnection opportunities, increase the value of what interconnection brings, increasing the reach of interconnection opportunities. So it sounds like, that's really the focus, to bring more to more networks.
Right.
So before I let you go, I want to know what surprised you most from the earlier days. You hustled to get where you are today. What did it take to get you where you are?
Yeah. So we started in May of 2014. We went live in May of 2014. When I started on April 1st, we had no live customers, no signed customers. Yes, sir, we had commitments for some, but clearly it was a long stretch to add a critical mass. Um,
And I have to say, on April 1st, it was clearly no joke, even though you had nothing you were launching.
so we had, but for me, I think the interesting aspect of it, the kind of most interesting or unexpected, should I say, is the need to kind of be accepted within the community and to be looked at not as someone who's like a sales hustler, but someone who's part of developing a business that will benefit the entire community. I mean, clearly, the bigger the exchange, the more value to the entire community. If you had a list of hands at Nanog, who would rather have a bigger exchange than a smaller one? You'd get everybody say you want the bigger exchange. So, it's not so to ultimately the goals mesh, but in the short term you can be looked at it as a sales rep and all. And I look back on my how I've been in the industry, and I actually believe my first LinkedIn contact was Frank Orlowski, and that happened at the 2003 first PAX Peering Forum in Palo Alto. So, I've been around the peering for a long time, and I've been in product and more of a business development guy. But, kind of shaking there's some sales guy that you had to be part of the non-sales community. And, initially, of course, that's a challenge while you're trying to get everybody to connect. So, yeah, I think that was kind of the first kind of unexpected play, and something that I mean, ultimately, of course, it worked out well. But yes, you had to. It was a hurdle that I hadn't expected.
Well, that's definitely an interesting hurdle. When you're in this space, people want to know that you know what they're talking about, you know the problems that they have, and that you can understand how to solve them. So it sounds like you've done a remarkable job doing that
Right.
over
I
the
think
past
you
five
also
years.
have to be around, right? You can't
Yeah,
be we can't be some sales rep who runs in and runs out. I think, especially if you're developing a market, they have to know you're going to be there. It's not a short-term effort,
yeah.
both initially and long-term. It's something you have to commit to for some time. And so they kind of need to know that you're going to be around there doing it. So I think, yeah, I mean, it all worked out, but it was kind of an initial challenge that was unexpected.
No doubt. I've known you, I think, gosh, 17 or 18 years now, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment, a lot of drive, and a lot of smiling, for sure, as we're going through it. Well, thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to interview you on your 5th year anniversary celebration with DE-CIX North America. It's been a fun ride, and looking forward to the next 5.
Sounds good. Thanks
All
again.
right, thank you.